So the furlough program here in the UK is ending at the end of the month, only a few days away until people will stop receiving those checks from the government that were helping them through this time of lockdown. And it turns out that our younger people and our ethnic minorities are getting hit worse than anyone else, because it turns out that 1 in 5 of those aged 18 to 24 have lost their jobs since the lockdown period, and another 1 in 5 of our ethnic minorities have also lost their jobs. But it gets even worse for our BAME workers. Those people in the ethnic minorities have found that their redundancies have accelerated during this time at the fastest rate on record. And the real problem we see here is lack of long-term plans and lack of long-term solutions. And if you go to Rishi Sunak, our Chancellor of the Exchequer, it's always a Band-Aid. It's always a knee-jerk reaction. First, it's 80% furlough. Then he cooked up the 66% furlough for people up in certain lockdown communities. But that meant they only could work certain hours. And now he's changed it again for certain people of certain sectors. But it's always too little, too late, and there's a complete lack of long-term planning. And that's what this government needs to do. They need to get some leadership that starts talking about how can we get everyone back to work? How can we revitalize this economy? How can we make sure we don't leave this lost generation behind, Generation COVID, that I've been speaking about in many of these videos? Our younger generation, between 41% going up to 50% of those people have lost all hope in their futures. This is dangerous stuff, and it's because the government is not helping to get us back to work. Again, it's a handout here, it's a handout here, and we know that is never a long-term solution, or at least any entrepreneur knows that. And that's why I want to get London back to work. I want to find a proportional response to this virus. I want to use science-based decision-making and stop shutting down our businesses where people are the safest. Look at the hospitality industry that, because of our mayor in London, crusaded for this tier 2 lockdown. Not necessary, by the way. Most of our boroughs, or all of our boroughs south of the river, are still testing below 100 cases in 100,000. Means they shouldn't be on lockdown. But our mayor crusaded for this lockdown because he said we must all go as one. All go as one into bankruptcy and unemployment. What we need is to get London back to work. Our hospitality industry is one of the safest out there. Only 3.3% of transmissions happening in that industry because their job is to keep your food clean. Their job is to keep everything in the one-way systems, the contactless payments. It's a very good what they do, but they're being shut down because of this current crop of politicians with their vested interest, and these career politicians that are using our lives, those of the 9 million citizens in here in London, to play their political gamesmanship. You see it going back between our Prime Minister and our Mayor of London. Stop playing with our lives. Stop playing with our livelihoods. Stop playing with our mental health. Stop playing with our physical health. Stop playing with the future of our younger generation. Enough is enough, and enough with the handouts. Nobody wants a handout. What they want is the economy back. They want these ridiculous restrictions lifted so everyone can get back to work. I was riding home last night in a black taxi, had a long conversation with that driver about the challenges he faces. He had done 4 jobs that day, 2 $5 rides, a pound rides, a 10-pound ride, and then my ride home. He's struggling. The mental health is struggling. So many people in the city are struggling, and they're so frustrated by the lack of leadership. And we're going to change that in May when we find some new leadership for London. And that's what I've talked about in my Transform London 2021 plan of attack that I've outlined as your next mayor of London. So I'm outlining these issues because they're real. Again, enough with the knee-jerk reactions, enough with the Band-Aid furlough programs. Let's get this city back to work. That's what we need to do to be more effective. Please leave your comments below. Please let me know what you think about this. Please let me know if you think we can get London back to work, and share this video with anyone out there who you think needs to watch it and really understand the concepts. And look, I'm optimistic on this future. I really know that we can take London in a new direction, and we can make this city a world-class once again. I'm confident we can. Let's do this together, and we will.